How are you doing? This is David W. Williams, also known as Diamond Dave. And what we're going to talk about is why you can't always trust level 2 data. And one of the reasons why you can't always trust level 2 data is because you can be spoofed. Now, you may ask yourself the question, like, what is level 2 data? Level 2 data is a way of seeing marketplace activity from what I would kind of call like from the trading floor. And what I mean is that when you're looking at level 2 data, you can see the bid, you can see the ask, you can see the time and sales. You can see the actual orders that I call in the queue, and you can see how these orders are arranged. And a lot of traders like to use this particular information to try to kind of understand how the bids are coming in, at what price point they're coming in at, what quantity is being requested, or what quantity is trying to be sold. And then they kind of figure out what the direction of the market is. A lot of times level 2 data is combined with things that you may not know about, like market profile, things of that nature. However, you got to be wary with level 2 data. Why? Because it can be spoofed. And what do we mean by spoofed? You can create false orders on level 2 data. This is not anything new. This has been going on for years. You also can create pins on level 2 data. What I mean is that really big firms like Goldman Sachs, like JP Morgan, will pin a stock at a particular number, and they'll let everybody know if you go above or below that number, we're going to just eat all the shares up. And that's kind of what they do to control the market. This stuff is legal. However, spoofing is supposed to be illegal because the market's supposed to be based on trust. And therefore, if you enter in a bid or ask, you're supposed to be entering it in a good faith situation to where we're supposed to really believe that you actually want to buy your shares at that particular number. And what we're looking at is this article in the Wall Street Journal where this ex-Bank of America Treasury note trader admits to actually spoofing. Now, people that are experienced in this market understand that he's not admitting to anything that we don't already know goes on. However, for whatever reason, he's admitting to it because probably he's trying to take a deal with the federal government. And so now we can go a little bit deeper. And this is something that you just want to be aware of when you're looking at level 2 data, is that people can spoof the market. Let's go ahead and make this thing a little bit bigger and go a little bit deeper into this article. So Bank of America Treasury note trader admits to spoofing. Tyler Forbes admitted to entering illegal phony orders after the prosecutors are saying. Okay, so former Bank of America Corp trader has pleaded guilty to spoofing, admitting to entering phony orders to try to influence the market for U.S. Treasuries. Tyler Forbes, 27, on Thursday, entered a plea to a single count of manipulating securities pricing at a hearing in the Brooklyn Federal Court. Mr. Forbes, who traded in the secondary market for U.S. Treasury notes, entered large so-called spoof orders to move the market ahead of genuine orders he intended to fulfill. So now the spoof orders were ultimately canceled, and that's a big thing about spoofing, is they put the order in and then they turn right around and cancel it after they get the desired effect in the market. Were meant to move prices and create an appearance of market depth so Mr. Forbes can execute his real orders more profitably. That's what's being alleged by the prosecutors. It doesn't matter now because he already admitted to it. The spoofing spree ran from 2019 to June 2019. So from the top of the year all the way to June, around 6 months. And in one example, Mr. Forbes admitted to sell $65 million in the 10-year Treasury notes in May 2019 and placed a phony $250 million buy order, creating a false appearance of market interest, according to prosecutors. Now, this guy's been trading with Bank of America in 2016 after studying at Colgate. It was involved in 194 instances of spoofing. So he didn't do this one time, right? He did this allegedly 194 times. And so that's what I want you to understand, is that when you're looking at level 2 data, it doesn't mean that the data is not accurate. It doesn't mean that the data is not reliable, but there is a possibility that you could be getting spoofed. And that's why some traders refuse to look at level 2 data. They only want to look at market profile, and they only want to look at the chart, because on the chart is what the prices actually were booked at. I often look at level 2. I also look at time and sales, but I understand coming into the game that I could be getting spoofed by somebody. And therefore, it's just something that you need to be aware of. Some people, they live and die by level 2. They love it. Some people don't believe in it. Some people like myself, we're neutral, but we kind of take it with a grain of salt. But you want to understand that these things can go on the market. And if you're on the other side of the trade, you can't necessarily wait for the federal government to come in and create a solution to your problem. You just have to understand that these things are going on. So what we're going to ask you to do, if you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, share this out to other people. Let them know about the valuable content on this page. David W. Williams, talk to you later.